name is Emily. I go by Froggy Hobbies on all platforms, and I am here today to talk to you about some of my best crochet tips for beginners. My qualifications are that I've been crocheting for the last 2.5 years, so I consider myself about an intermediate crocheter. I can make pretty much anything if I have the pattern. I'm not the most advanced crocheter. I haven't ever made my own patterns. I don't know all of the techniques. I don't know all of the stitches. I don't know if it's possible to learn everything, but I've made quite a few projects. This is a temperature blanket I made 2 years ago. This is the star blanket I made last year. I have another blanket I made this year right over there. And if you follow my shorts or my TikToks, you know that I have made quite a few projects. So I want to jump right in and start telling you some of my favorite tips. Let's go. My first tip is pretty simple. You just need to get started. There's no way to really learn how to crochet without just picking up a yarn and a hook and getting going. And the best part about crochet, my second thing, is that there is not a very high barrier or cost to entry for this hobby. All you really need is a ball of yarn and a crochet hook, both of which you can get from the Dollar Tree for less than $5 total. I literally spent less than $5, picked up a crochet hook, picked up some yarn, and I made some of the ugliest granny squares known to man. That's my third tip. The first projects you make are going to be ugly. They're going to be so bad. And it doesn't matter. No one ever needs to see them. Instead of making granny squares or following a pattern, I would highly recommend skipping all of that and making little squares about this big that are the basic stitches that we use in crochet. Your most basic stitches are a single crochet, half double crochet, and the treble crochet. Those first three especially, single, half double, and double, are so common. They're used in almost every pattern, and I guarantee you, you're going to use them at some point. So I recommend just making small squares about this big, and it'll give you the experience you need doing the crochet fundamentals. Those are, right, slip knot, chains, crocheting into a chain, and those three main stitches: single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet. I cannot recommend that enough, because if your little squares actually turn out nice, you can save them. They can be a cute and eclectic form of coasters. You can leave them around your house. You can use them for whatever you want. And if they turn out ugly, throw them away. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Even better, unravel them, frog the project, and restart. And that's the fourth tip. Don't be afraid to frog something. Don't be afraid to restart. If your project isn't doing what you want it to do, just go ahead and rip it. It's okay. Rip it up, start over. And my fifth tip is to get okay with imperfection. I've learned through these last few years that it's okay to miss a stitch. It's okay to accidentally add a stitch and to do a decrease somewhere. And if you can't find where you messed up, just keep going. It'll be okay. When you're getting into this hobby, you're going to see a lot of posts about acrylic yarn is terrible. Oh wait, no, I love acrylic yarn. What are you guys talking about? Wool is the only way to go. If you're not using cotton yarn and sustainable fibers, you're doing it wrong. And I'm here to tell you, none of that really matters when you're first getting started. Better quality yarn eventually will elevate your projects and make them either sit better, feel better, look better, or perform better at their task. So it really depends on what you're trying to make and to cater the yarn that you're buying toward the pattern that you're going for. A lot of patterns will say what yarn or what fiber they recommend, and I would honestly follow that when you're getting started, because until you get the feel for how different yarn looks, it's going to be really hard to figure out. More expensive yarn will elevate your project, but when you're just starting out, you don't need that. You can get just as far and make, honestly, some really great items with acrylic yarn or with something you can find at Michael's. Both of these blankets are actually made with acrylic yarn, and I love them. I think they're great. I bought acrylic yarn that is, in my opinion, really soft, not scratchy, and the best part of it was that it was affordable to me. When you're starting and choosing a pattern, make sure you keep in mind both the yarn type and the yarn weight, as well as the yarn cost. It's very easy to rack up a very expensive project when you weren't expecting that to happen. And I would say most of us mess up every single time we go to the store to buy yarn for our projects. So don't feel too bad if you bought 3 balls. The pattern said it would take 3. You bought 3 balls. You ended up using 4 or 5. It happens. It happens to all of us. Tip number 6, I think. Is that what number we're on? Whatever it is. Utilize resources around you. As great as it is to use YouTube and TikTok and all of these amazing resources to learn how to crochet, that's how I learned how to crochet, it is also so nice to have somebody you can talk to who knows what they're talking about, or at least knows a little bit more than you when it comes to picking up a new hobby. And I know you're probably thinking, I'm new to crocheting, this is a hobby I want to pick up, I don't know anyone who crochets. Never fear. If you have a local or independent yarn store near you, you should really hit it up. A lot of them have events on the weekends and weekdays that are kind of like a crafting or a knitting, crochet, a stitch, and hangout session. Usually they're on like Saturdays or Sundays, and they're normally at like 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And the whole idea is that people from the community come together and hang out and knit or crochet together. What's going wrong, or how to help you, or how to answer a question that you're not quite sure of. Now, I personally try to answer any question related to crochet or knitting that I know how to answer, or maybe point you in the right direction. Another thing you can do, if you do buy a pattern or find a YouTube pattern, leave a comment, send that person a message. Odds are, most of the crochet pattern makers that I've talked to are so nice. Some of them have huge communities where you can join their Facebook page, their Instagram communities, or even ask questions on their YouTube community page. And if they don't answer it personally, someone in their community will, or their mods will. I personally have a Discord that I use, so if you want to join my Discord, I'm very happy to answer questions and try to help people out with their crochet projects. I also answer any comments left on here or my TikTok, just trying to help people, because crochet can be hard. It can be really hard. And for the most part, it is an amazing hobby. It is so fun. But every once in a while, you do get stumped. So if you need help, shoot me a comment, shoot me a DM. They're always open. Tip number 7, I believe, is probably really obvious to most of us at this point. Trends come and go. There are so many trends, especially in crochet. For your first few projects and your first big project, try to make something you think you're actually gonna like. Try not to follow a trend. And even if it is something trending and you think it's amazing, who cares? Make it anyway. It's your project and it's your time. And who am I to say that that's not the right thing to make? You know, I love everything I've made that followed a trend. But I'm also saying some of the things I've made that followed a trend I do not like, I do not wear, and I wish I hadn't wasted the time. And my final tip, this one I think is very important. Crocheting is not a race. It's very easy to give yourself injuries crocheting, which sounds so silly, like you're sitting down, you're not doing much. It doesn't seem like a high impact activity, but it is. It really, really is. It is so, so important to be careful with yourself, know your body, listen to your body, and take things at your own pace. It's okay if you're not cranking out a blanket every week. It's okay if it takes you 2 months to do a 6-day star blanket. So make sure you take breaks to stretch your arms and your wrists, and that you're listening to your body. If it needs a break, take a day off. Not 5 minutes off, not 2 hours off, take a full day off, take a week off. I am currently taking a few days off because my arm hurts. That's just how it goes. And I'd rather listen to my body and know that my arm hurts and stretch it out and feel better than to push it too far. So be very careful. It's not a race. Finish things at your own pace. My final tip, the 10th tip. It's one of those things we all know. Comparison is the death to creativity. I fall into it myself quite a bit also, of comparing myself to others and being jealous of their progress, or feeling a little bit down because I didn't do as much as them, or the project that I made doesn't look as good as theirs, or whatever it may be. But as you keep working on it, as you keep practicing, you'll get better at crocheting, you'll improve your speed, you'll improve your time, and who knows, maybe one day you'll be the person that everyone else looks up to. To wrap this up, I want to share why I love to crochet. I love to crochet because it is an amazing way to express yourself and your creativity. Wearing your crochet items feels freaking magical. There's nothing cooler than wearing something that you made yourself and to have someone say, "Oh my god, that's so cool, where'd you get it?" I made it. There's no better feeling. You can make pretty much anything you want. There's so many free patterns you can find, whether it's on Pinterest or YouTube or whatever it may be. Just start crocheting. You can find a free pattern, you can get cheap yarn, you can start this hobby, just start crocheting and see where it takes you. And I guarantee you soon, you're gonna love it just as much as all of the rest of us. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from the top 10 tips I wish I had known as a crochet beginner. And if there was anything you wish you had known, or maybe you think I left out, please leave it in the comments. I'm really excited to read those and to learn more about crocheting and to grow as a crocheter. And if you made it this far in this video, I really appreciate it. This is actually my first long form crochet video of any sort, and I really loved making it, so there will be more coming soon. I'm also going to keep up with my weekly vlogs, so if you've been watching those, please stay tuned, and thanks so much. See you later.